Hello freaking weirdos! I'm a person thingy, and today I am back for some more World of Tanks. And today, the subject, if you will, is going to be about how to prioritize your targets, and which ones you should prioritize, and why. I can't talk straight. So, right off the bat, you should notice that they definitely have the advantage of heavy tanks, so we're going to have to play defensively here. But we do have the advantage of medium tanks, and they're all going into the field, so there's a pretty good chance that we're going to win the field unless they fail horribly. Now what you see me doing right off the bat is I'm going to try to get some initial flanking shots at anybody crossing this road right across this corner, and see how that goes. But also, more so than I am paying attention to this corner, I'm actually paying attention to the corner at E2 to see if anybody comes out, because if they do, I need to angle my armor towards them immediately. So now we sit here and wait. I'm watching the minimap more so than I am even this corner. Now I see that there's an IS-3 spotted, but I don't tunnel vision. I see the E100 over there, so I start to back off, but he's not coming around the corner. So I pop out again and put the shot into the IS-3. Now I start to back off because I don't want this E100 to get a shot into me. So I pull back, exposing as little of the tank as I can, but I can still get a shot into him, if you will. And he bounces off me as I put a shot into him and taking off his front drive wheel, his inner drive wheel. So he bounced 490. Well, I bounced 490 from him. So that tells me that he has a 128mm gun, which has lower alpha damage and a higher rate of fire. So I tell that to my team because that could be useful information. Now I don't tunnel vision again, and I see the E100 coming up. I clutch a shot into his lower plate, and I back off, bouncing him again. Now the IS-3 actually penetrates me, but the T-34 doesn't. And what you saw me doing there, shaking turret, was wiggling my turret so that my machine gun port on the top, my cupola, would be a harder shot to land. Now we're actually outnumbered in the town about 5 to, like, what is that? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11-ish, 10-ish, maybe, within this general area. So that's bad news, but the good news is I'm in a fantastic matchup in the T110E5, a very strong American Tier 10 heavy tank, and I'm in a very strong position against these guys. I have them all in front of me, and I have this little patch of rubble, and I have 2 allies covering my back who do a fantastic job in this game. So shout out goes to them. Without them, in particular, I would not have had a good game. Probably, I probably just would have gotten it flanking if they were bad, but they were good players. So I bounced off the T-34. I actually thought I might be able to penetrate there, but apparently not. So, yeah. Now I see the mouse coming, and I loaded heat to go through the turret cheeks of the T-34, but I see the mouse coming around, so I aim at the recently buffed turret front of the mouse, but it's not strong enough. My heat round still goes through. Now here's where I start to prioritize my targets. I'm taking out this T-34 because he has the most dangerous gun in this lineup in front of me. So I put a shot into him, and I'm just going to pause it right here. I load the AP to put a shot into the T-34 because, I mean, he's a T-34, and I don't need to worry about him. And as you saw there, the light tank, what was that, the HWK, just ran right past me. Now, he has the most hit points, but the least armor and the least dangerous gun. He's going around to my allies anyway. So I just have to hope that my allies can hang on, because I'm not going to turn around and try to kill a light tank on full health, which is probably not going to harm me when I have 2 Tier 8 heavy tanks with high alpha damage in front of me, who will give me a serious problem. So, as you can see here, the IS-3 is right there. I have a clear shot at him. I could just shoot him as soon as I'm reloaded, but I don't do that because he has more hit points. And what you want to do is you want to, whoever's on the lowest hit points, basically, if you can get the kill, you get the kill to remove their gun. If the IS-3, if the T-34 had 1,000 hit points and the IS-3 had 800, that means that the IS-3 is probably going to be a 2-shot, where the T-34 is probably going to be a 3-shot. So that means I would take out the IS-3 instead. But I decided to take out the T-34 because he has more health and a more dangerous gun. Now, for example, if they both had the same health, then I would actually go for the T-34 because he's the most dangerous. So we're just going to hit play right now. I bounce the shot from the IS-3, and I pull around the corner, ignore the IS-3, and pump a shot right to the front of the T-34. It doesn't kill him, but somebody else kills him. I check back on that light tank to see how my allies are doing with them. They seem to be hanging on, but I have to deal with this IS-3 before I can even help them. Look, me and the light tank are just ignoring each other as I'm trying to take on this IS-3. And now this is a bit of a lucky shot to go through the front of the turret, but he moved, but whatever. I guess it still went in. Now, excuse me, I don't chase him out because there's a mouse over there, so I stay behind in cover and finish him off, and as soon as the IS-3 is down, I pull out and help my allies with the light tank. Now that all that's over, I can finally pop out and start taking shots at this mouse, and that was actually a bad shot. I should have aimed at the upper part of the hull, because that was not really going to penetrate. It might have if he hadn't turned his turret at the last second, but now I'm loading the heat. I'm going to start putting it through the turret front of that thing. And now, just because of that awesome brawl and the fact that our mobile tanks did a very good job over on the east in the field, we're going to win. And all that's really left is this mouse, and the T-49 just got taken out. I'm loading heat, I'm firing heat at this mouse because I want to get all the damage I can. And bang. That last shot of heat was probably unnecessary, but it secured the kill. So surprisingly, this was actually only a first-class mastery badge, showing you how well people are actually doing in the T110E5. I did 7,000 damage, and it wasn't even an ace tanker. So if we go over to the team score, as you can see, easily top on damage by far, with the second being the Bat Chat and the third being the VK that had my back most of that game and actually dealt with most of the hit points of that light tank before I assisted him in taking that light tank out when I was dealing with those two tier 8 heavy tanks. And as you can see, the enemy team didn't do very well. Only one person in a tier 10 game did more than 2,000 damage, and that was a mouse. So he did not do very well that game. And yeah, I got Fire for Effect, Shell-Proof, Bruiser, High Caliber, and a Steel Wall. And that Steel Wall was for blocking 2,400 damage, so not bad at all. And 166 assistance damage, which was probably from tracking somebody, but you can't really tell. And I actually, despite the fact that I fired almost all of my premium rounds, 6 premium rounds to be exact, out of my 7, I still only lost with a standard account 130 credits, and that actually would have been a 30,000 credit profit if I was running a premium account. And that was all in less than 5 minutes, so that was a very, very high speed, if you will, game. And I made as big of an impact as I could, made the best decisions I could, and it paid off by prioritizing those targets. If I were just to shoot them all evenly, like if I went from one to the other back and forth trying to shoot them, they would have survived for longer, and they probably could have, they may have been able to take me out. Maybe not really in that situation, but in any other, in any more dangerous of a situation, they probably could have taken me out. But I definitely would have taken more damage if I didn't get killed, if I didn't prioritize the targets. Take out that T-34 first, then the IS-3, then the light tank. Taking out the most dangerous target with the least amount of health to the least dangerous target, which is what you gotta do. Tanks on 1 hit point are just as dangerous as full health tanks, because they may be on 1 hit point, they may be a one-shot, but they still pack the exact same punch as if they were a full HP tank, you know, unless their ammo rack is damaged or whatever, but that's not the point. So you take out the most dangerous opponent you can if he's the fastest one to take out. You need to eliminate the amount of guns shooting at you. Anyway, I know this is a bit of a shorter video, but I wanted to get a World Tanks video out and explain how to prioritize your targets, because more so than the damage, I think what I'm more proud of in that game, more than 7,000 damage, was how I dealt with those targets. So yeah, let me know let me know your thoughts in the comments, or if you have any tips to help anybody else out, or maybe even me. I'm not a fantastic player. I'm no Unicum. I don't claim to be the best player ever. So leave whatever helpful tips you want in the comments, or whatever feedback. And yeah, I am a person thinking, and I'll see you later. Goodbye.
Alright, I'm gonna go take a poop down here.
Oh my gosh, I gotta go.
I'm going to smash something. Coil up, coil up, coil up.